My father and my brother and myself have a partnership farming operation, and we have a little over 4,000 acres of row crops. And my dad's also an attorney, and I'm a CPA, and my brother sells crop insurance. So we all kind of have something else going on. But we're probably 45% irrigated, and probably a little over 100,000 bushels of on-farm storage, no dryer, cotton, corn, soybeans, wheat, and milo. And we just vary our crop mix as the market swings either way. Most of our ground is family owned. We do rent some ground, but not a whole lot. Most of our ground is a lot of it is in the Mississippi River bottom. So we are subject to seepwater and flooding on probably a third of our acres.
My name is Greg Allen. I work for the Extension Service here in Lake County. I was introduced to Chuck back in 1986 when he came on board with us. Chuck came on in a very tough time. A lot of farmers were losing farms and losing their businesses and their livelihood. And I've had the opportunity to sit and watch him in Dyer County, and then I came up here and I introduced him to some of the farmers. As I was getting introduced to the farmers, I came up here in '89. And the amazing thing is the men that he's worked with over the years are some of my best producers. They are very adept at understanding what they're doing, and apparently, as I gauge this, Chuck is offering a tremendous service for them because they have came back to him every year and asked his advice and sat down for a day to go over their financial records. Most folks are not real comfortable with showing all their records or talking about all the stuff, and Chuck has been able to get them to do this and trust him to the point that he probably pretty well knows everything about it. Consequently, I've never really sat in for the full day with Chuck and the farmers because of this trust issue, but I've yet to fail to see my farmers call him back every year and talk with him, and I think this is probably one of the biggest, best attributes or signs that they believe in what he's doing and the service that's offered through this program, and it is a good program, and I'm glad that the legislature put it in back in '86. Good times, it's hard to get farmers to maybe sit down and listen. Hard times are knocking his door down, so it's fortunate we've had him, and I really appreciate having him on my team.
I mean, I would highly recommend it. I mean, a lot of people think, farming is going out to your tractor and firing it up and going and turn some dirt, but now you got to learn to run a calculator more than you got to run a tractor. I mean, it's changed so much. I mean, we're in the field. When we're in the field, we're all out there, but once we get done, we're all in here trying to make sure everything's running correctly. And especially, a sole proprietor farmer, you spend your money and sell your crop, and what you have left over, is hopefully what you got to take home. Well, there's 3 of us, and it's a little more complicated. Yeah. And Chuck helps us try to keep everything straight to where it's not only fair, but it keeps the cash flow running where it needs to go. So I would highly recommend it.
Really helped us in streamlining our operation, both economically and logistically. Whenever he does his biannual report on our operation, he gives us ways to make it flow better for the next 6 months. And I think in the past couple of years that we've used him, he's really helped us out.
Brad Keiser. I live in Ridgely, Tennessee. We farm in Lake and North Dyer counties. My sons are the 3rd generation on the farm. Their children are the 5th, not big part. I'm 3rd generation. My sons are the 4th, and their children are the 5th generation on the farm. And we would have liked to have thought that we sort of knew what we were doing, and then we solicited the aid of Mr. Danahauer, and the insights that he brought and the knowledge he brought and the third person perspective has proved invaluable to us. He's pointed out things that we missed and things that we never thought of, and I will have to say that Mr. Danahauer is one of the brightest stars in the Tennessee agricultural economic scene.